You're listening to the SS Experience on S&G.
Recording in progress.
What up, though? As a matter of fact, why am I starting the show like that? I could start the show like that. We're doing a simulcast right now, know what I'm saying? We got the SS Experience. We got the Coach Mo Show. We got Elizabeth City University's Women's Associate Head Coach, Coach Mo, in the building. It's his show, know what I mean? But I'm just here for the ride. We still playing on the SS Experience, though. Coach, what's good with you, bro?
All is good, man. All is good. Just looking forward to the day. Appreciate some things. Just trying to finish the setup process, man. It's, just my makeshift studio. I'm getting it right. That's all. Getting it right.
Yeah, man, I have the luxury of using multi-million-dollar facilities here at iHeart, know what I'm saying? So shout out to them for all of this little stuff that's set up here. I mean, it'll be real dope if everybody was here, man. There's mics and stuff set up. It's pretty dope. So we're going to have a special guest on the pod in a few minutes. We just running a little bit late, but it's early for us. It's later for her, but it is what it is, though. So, Coach, while we waiting for our guest to hop on real quick, let's go ahead and run and talk about the CIAA tournament. You know what I mean? I don't have to mention our ladies came in second place, runner-up type situation. It kind of sucked. We had a good season, but guess it don't matter if you don't win the championship. I've been there plenty of times before. So just give us your thoughts and your feelings of the tournament.
Well, the tournament overall was a pretty good experience, man. Just they do a great job in the city of Baltimore. Hosting and making sure things are right. Can I pause it for a second, man?
Yeah.
Can I pause it, bro?
Yeah.
You got a second? I just got to grab something real quick.
No, go ahead. So while Coach is grabbing what he got to grab real quick, we got a real special guest that's going to be on the show. I kind of don't want to do the intro of the person because then I'm going to have to do it again. But if you've been on our social medias, you know who is going to be in the building. Well, not in the building, who's going to be virtually checking in with us. So definitely make sure that you enjoy what we got going on. So a lot of things in basketball has been popping up. Like I said, we're doing a simulcast right now, the SS Experience podcast and the Coach Mo Show. We're going to have a good bit of basketball conversation that we're going to be running. And I don't know why I have to sign into my other tablet real quick to get my emails up real quick. But Coach is back. So, Coach, go ahead and let us know. I know the tournament didn't go exactly the way that you wanted it to. So, thoughts, feelings, things that you're looking forward to next year and whatnot.
Well, it definitely didn't go as planned, man. But we definitely want to. We're going to rebuild. It's our first year as a coaching staff there, and got a lot of support from the school, a lot of support from the fans. So it was our first year there. Now it's time to build. We came in kind of like July, June-ish. So we had a short summer on recruiting players, which typically happens with new coaches unless you get hired around March, April. But once you get hired in that later stage of the process, it becomes it's just a little tougher to start the year. But I love our young ladies. I love the squad that we had. We had a lot of injuries, a lot of ups and downs throughout the year, but we came out in a position to, put ourselves in a position to be successful, and it didn't work out that way. So each year, that's the goal, to put yourself in a position to be successful. And I believe we put the right things in our young ladies, and I believe they played their hardest. It just didn't work out in our favor.
Who is the individual on your squad that's going to take you to the next level next year?
We losing 9, brother. We losing 9.
Damn.
Yeah. So our freshman Jada Clark came in with a lot of great experience. Played very hard from a hard-nosed team in school in the 757 area Manor. A lot of respect for her and the coaches and the staff and what they do over there. We actually offered another one of her teammates this year just because we love their style. We love what she brought. She had an opportunity to start a couple times this year. And we think that she's going to be the future of the program. She was our only freshman.
Okay.
So, with her being our only freshman, it put us in position to, her to get a lot of experience, like I said, with the injuries and things like that. So we plan on her being a star in the future, 100%.
Okay. And what position does she play?
Combo. Play some point guard, play some play some two. She just plays hard, man, and does it all, and we love that about her. We want to continue to put her in position to be successful.
Okay. What is so what other off season situation? Because I know you're chilling right now. You on the pod. You know you about to personally with you though. Like, what's the off season regimen about to be like with you personally? Like, as a coach. When I say personally,
Well, first of all, we got to recruit. We got to get these players. I've been heavy on the phones and on the line. So if y'all know any transfers, D1 transfers, D2 transfers that want to come and get an HBCU experience with two great coaches, great campus, great facilities, and a great location, about an hour from Virginia Beach. We're in North Carolina, about 2 hours from Raleigh. So we're in a good spot with a nice size campus. The accommodations are great. We're actually renovating the gym. So my goal is to recruit right now, bring in some players that's going to fill some of the voids we may have had last year with rebounding and some ball handling. But other than that, I have camps that I'm going to have, and also I'm going to be training. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that, a lot more than I've done in the past this summer. So on campus, we'll be having an elite camp. We'll probably have a couple, maybe a shooting camp and a bigs camp. Those 3 camps are going to happen on our campus. So be looking out for that. I also have a couple pro training camps that I'm going to do, start up with my company, Prep Pros, which comes with a lot of things under the umbrella, which are, consulting with high school and college players and families. And also, like I said, a lot of training this summer. I'm bringing the pro style training to the amateurs. So I'll be out there a lot this summer. So look out for those flyers on Instagram, IG, wherever you do your potting or whatever it is you do, your socials. So be looking out for that. There'll be a flyer coming out, and it'll tell you everything about the pro style camp that I'm bringing to the amateurs.
what's the transfer portal like? Is it really like a website where it's just like a whole bunch of names and statistics? Like, what is really like the transfer portal?
Okay, so the transfer portal is let me break that down. Transfer portal is like a 3-part monster. Okay, and I'm just, this is off the top of my head how I'm breaking this down. I had never broke it down like this. But the transfer portal are grad transfers that want an opportunity to win the championship, play on a bigger stage, get to the league, things of that nature. You have players that are unhappy, that want to leave, want to get more time, more minutes, more bigger role. And then you have people that should not be in the transfer portal of no sort. Like you're taking yourself out of an opportunity to go seek an opportunity that's not there. And I don't want to sound negative in that way, but what I'm saying is that the grass isn't always greener. And even if your grass is a little brown now, come spring, it could be greener. But if you abort that grass and you go across the street to the other person's grass, their grass might not get green at all. So I think you should do what's best for you, but I think you need to assess what's actually best for you versus what makes you happy every day. Happiness is important, but happiness can't be the all-time goal.
Right. So when you're in the transfer portal, what are you looking for in the transfer portal when you're trying to, pick and choose, these grad transfers or these individuals who want to transition to bigger roles?
Well, I would advise players first and foremost, if you put yourself in transfer portal, you should reach out to schools to where you want to go to. So most kids want to come closer to home, which is good for us because 757 North Carolina puts out a lot of talent. But as far as what I'm looking for in the transfer portal, I'm looking for females that want to come home. First of all, that I either recruited before and they were too high level for the school I was at, or they felt like they were too high, or then I'm going to go to other young ladies in D2 that have been successful that I recruited maybe. And then I'm looking for best available, fill our voids, what we need. We want to bring in players that are going to fill our voids, size, rebounding, shooting, things like that. So I'm going to be heavy in the portal looking for those kind of people that are going to contribute to the program in that way.
Okay, so we have our guest that is about to be on, but I need to reset. I need to reset this because we're going to lose the. You know what? Let's just run it real quick. Hopefully, we can just make this thing work.
Let's reset it. Let's go ahead and reset it. Why not? So we can have it full.
I bet. So hopefully this doesn't mess up. If I mess up, I'll hit her back. So when we get back, we're going to have our guest on the Coach Mo Show and the SS Experience. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the SS Experience on SMG.
What up, though? Y'all know what y'all listening to. It's another edition of the Coach Mo Show with Elizabeth City State University's women's head coach, which I don't know why I said head twice, Coach Maurice Sumter. You know what I'm saying? The SS
What's going on?
Experience with your boy Henny Hardaway. We got a special guest on the show today. Coach, man, your first show on the SMG Podcast Network app.
Mhm.
You got a real dope guest, know what I'm saying? That's on deck, you know what I'm saying, man? Very good work that you got going on.
That's thanks to you, my brother. Thanks to you, my brother. You the plug.
Hey, look,
man.
this is your show, bro. I'm trying to be humble, know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta let everybody know that I put in the work, but I'm trying to be humble, know what I'm saying? But we have a real dope guest on the show right now. We have a former WNBA player, current professional basketball player, social media influencer, entrepreneur, and basically all around dope chick. You know what I mean? I'm not going to try to pronounce the name of the team that you play for now because I don't want to butcher it. But we got the lovely Taylor Cooper on the SS Experience and the Coach Mo Show. How you doing today, ma'am?
I'm doing good. Excited to be here.
Okay,
Thank
no doubt. So, as I mentioned, Coach Mo coaches women's basketball for an HBCU in the CIAA, Elizabeth City State University. So, Coach, man, go ahead, talk basketball. Know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get this thing going.
Oh, we definitely can. So where do we start? I mean, you played for Don Staley and Melky, and you went to the historical Tennessee. So your experience and level of probably IQ is so far beyond most players that even played with just one of them. And now you get to translate that over, and it's taking you to the league. So just I mean, give us anything what a fly on the wall would appreciate being in the room with either one of those or whichever one of those three historical experiences.
So my freshman year, I would say, being at Tennessee, I think the biggest thing was if you're gonna do it. And once you step into the lines, you know what I'm saying, you here, you might as well lock in and give it all you got. And that came from practice, workouts, individual sessions, all types of things. Candace really was just always coming in and giving us good advice on, just mentally preparing yourself for what you choose to step into once you get on the lines.
That's amazing.
And I had just tore my ACL leaving Tennessee, and I had to sit out. But I got to watch Asia, and I got to be coached by Dawn and the other coaches there. But the biggest part was her telling me that life was pretty much 80%, 90% mental, and the rest was physical. Body was in shape, I was strong, all that stuff. But I think mentally, just really realizing how other stuff going on, or you worried about self and not about the greater good of the team and stuff like that. I think that just getting a hold of your mental was pretty big in South Carolina, being an act to sit out like 900 or something days. And then going to Baylor and being coached by Kim, shit, I think that time in my life.
Excuse me, Miss T, you breaking up on our end. I'm sorry. I thought it was just me, so I was letting it rock. But I heard most of it.
I was hoping it sounded like it was about to clear up a little bit. That's why I was like, let me not interrupt, and we'll just do it in post production real quick. But let's see if we can just keep it rolling real quick. So I just want to make sure
some of the things she said before we move on, because I know it's chopped up for the audience. But yeah, she talked about you say you talked about being in there with Kim, and then you called her Candace. I don't know her as Candace. I know her as Miss Parker or Candace, the whole name.
The female CP3.
Yeah, exactly.
Candace Park. Yeah.
It's Candace.
I mean, we're initiated. We know what you're talking about.
But yeah, Don Staley, and you said something important that I definitely don't want to breeze over: the 90% mental, 10% physical, because that's something me as a coach, and I wrote a book as well, and I preach that in the book is because we only work on the physical 10%. I mean, work on the mental 10%, work on the physical 90%, but the game is 90% mental and 10% physical. So now we kind of see why the game is where it is in a lot of ways because of the energy we put into the two percentages. But I thought it was big to point out, and I appreciate that. That's love.
Right.
No doubt. I just want to make sure I didn't read the internet wrong. Your coach in Tennessee was Coach Warlick, right?
Holly, yes.
Okay, cool. Because I want to play a fun game called, know what I'm saying? You use the first name, so let's do it that way. Holly, Dawn, or Kim. I'm gonna give you 3 questions, and you tell me which coach is best associated with the question. So we're gonna start with something light work. Who was your harshest coach?
Harshest, it means of what?
You in
I was gonna ask
practice?
the same thing.
No, you in practice, and they
Harsh.
on you type stuff. Know what I mean?
Okay, I will say I feel like the assistant coaches kind of do all that.
They don't put that on me.
So like, yeah, I would say the assistant coaches do that more. I think that the head coaches more like off the court in your office. So
Okay.
for all the schools, I would have to say the assistant coaches, but I think Boyer is very consistent with being on your ass in practice, and that's at South Carolina.
Okay. I got 2-1. These are a little bit more fun for you.
You
If you was on the
that.
run right now, who would you call for help? Holly, Dawn, or Kim?
Damn. Holly, Dawn, or Kim? Man, it depends where I'm at. Where am I? If I'm anywhere near South Carolina, I'm talking about 3 hours, 4 hours away, I'm going with Dawn. If I'm in New Orleans somewhere, Texas, deep Waco, I'm going with Kim.
Okay.
Deep swamps.
Okay. One last one real quick. You're at a cookout. Who would you not question that made the potato salad? Holly, Dawn, or Kim?
Milky might got some recipes.
Hey, hey, we don't never know. Don't say she got the swag on deck. Don't say she might got some seasoning.
I ain't seen none of them cook. and you know what I'm saying, you have team meetings at their house, you go to their house. I ain't seen none of them cook.
That's funny.
That is funny. So Coach,
not a roll or nothing.
Right, not a roll, not a pita of collard greens or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Coach, man, go ahead, drive it back to basketball. I know you're into mental health.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely mental health. So I played overseas for 3 years as well. I played in Holland, Portugal, and Macedonia. Ooh. So yeah, I was a little bit early. So you know the life. So so some days I would wake up and not know where I was at, like literally. And I don't mean that being funny. I mean like I'd wake up in the morning and just be like, oh, like this is so different than what I'm used to or what I've, been with the past couple of years. How is your mental over there being away from family and you're a new mother as well? So your support system and things like that. How is it for you mentally on a day to day or week to week, month to month?
Well, I'm gonna say the good part. The good part is, you know what I'm saying? You leave home, you get a break. I had been home for 3 years. So me being over here and getting a break and, you know what I'm saying, seeing a new city, eating different food, traveling, I think that's dope for sure. Dope. On the other side, I will say being the only American on the team, you don't have much to say. And if you are somebody who is outgoing or, you know what I'm saying, you feed off talking to people and interactions, it's hard because you're silenced. You're not silenced, but you are silent a lot of the time. So like, unless you're in practice and you saying screen or running or doing some type of basketball talk, after that, everybody speaks French. So you don't have nothing to say. And it's hard to explain yourself. So you really just type it in the app and then you go home and it's quiet because they're asleep. My side where my family is, they're asleep. So then by the time I get sleepy, they're up and I'm sleepy. So I go 3-4 days without talking to nobody. You know what I'm saying? And that's the hard part. Because you need that. Like, you just need them conversations. You need people. You just need people, period. Yeah. And you don't have that. Especially when you're doing 3-a-days and you getting beat up in practice and everything on you. And it gets hard, for sure.
For sure. I know exactly what you mean. And then we didn't have all this internet. We didn't have like Instagram, FaceTime. We had like Skype. And I had a $5,000 cell phone bill my first month. So like, I get it. And, people, when I watch movies like that, so relating to you in the locker room, when the coach is talking, they talking in their language. And you just sitting there tying your shoes and doing whatever.
How about they write on the board in their language? You don't even know you start until he finishes talking.
Oh, wow.
I know my teammate, you just tap your teammate on the side like, what'd he say?
Literally. Our teammates be trying to translate.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So you're overseas right now. So again, I've been following your career since the bubble in 2020. I saw you last year in Athletes Unlimited. So in America, there's been more professional women's leagues, so a lot of women do not have to go overseas. What was your decision making in playing overseas versus participating in Athletes Unlimited or Unrivaled, which is the new league this year?
I think with me sitting out, I just think that well, first of all, Unrivaled, I feel like you have to be an active WNBA player. That's pretty much their roster. I don't see nobody.
Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't even peep that.
Yeah, but then AU, it was just too short. I think it's like 4 weeks.
Yep.
So like in order to get in game shape and get back to, you know what I'm saying, being in professional shape, it's like you need longer than a month.
Yeah.
I think it's like one or two games a week. And overseas just offered more. It's like 4 or 5 months. They play. This practice is unreasonable. It's three a days. So I mean, you gonna leave in shape. You gonna leave with something.
Yeah, facts. Facts. Yeah.
No.
So I got a guy named Tim Blue out there. You heard of Tim Blue?
In France?
Yeah.
No, I haven't met nobody other than the staff and the players.
Oh wow. Okay. Got you.
We do have a men's team though.
Oh, y'all do? What city you in again? How you pronounce
Tarbes, France. Tarbes. They say Tarbes. I say Tarbes. I don't know.
It's either way. And he's in like.
Hold on. Try to do it with a French accent. Is it Tarbes? Like how do they sound when they say it?
Tarbes.
Tomato. No, I mean.
So
right.
So you just talked about being in shape, and like I say, I told my man that I'm starting a bunch of camps this summer, pro camps basically. So what do you do? Like, what is your routine? When I say routine, I want to know your daily routine. Wake up in the morning, eating, nutrition, weights, tracking all that stuff. But then also tell me your just your preseason routine, how you get ready for the season.
So you want to know what I'm doing right now, or you want to do what I did before?
Like what you do on a day-to-day basis when you wake up in the morning to prepare yourself for practice day and the game day.
Oh, okay. I wake up like 2 hours before practice, and I don't like to eat, so I'll eat mangoes before practice. I don't really like a meal. It's too much running to be that heavy. For me. Then I work out before practice. Then we have practice from 11 to 1, and that's just straight full court scrimmaging for 2 hours. So there's that. And then afterwards we have weights, and weights is like an hour 30 minutes. Then we have individual workouts, and that's like an hour 30 minutes, but that's like one-on-ones, getting shots up contested, going to the basket, working on finishing and stuff like that. So it's not just an easy little workout. You're not shooting spot up shots. It's damn near like the beginning of practice.
Okay.
After that, they don't really have treatment here, so it's kind of hard, but they do have
a physio. Still like that?
Yeah.
Our physio was never like available.
Man, I asked them about ice baths, and they told me that I could go stand in the lake.
Damn.
I was like, wow, this is overseas.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Tell somebody that. Yo, go stand in the lake. Like, it's like saying go play in traffic.
But I wasn't gonna say that, but I was like, huh? But yeah,
is lake French for tub? Like, what are we talking about here? That's what I was like. What were y'all
They
doing?
got a real video. They have a real video out there in the lake going swimming and playing, and that's the ice bath.
That's crazy. Now, what's your game day routine? How do you get in your Mamba mode? Like, how do you get your 90% ready for the 10% physical that you're about to do?
I would say I take shoot around very serious. I go in there and get game shots, game speed, and then we go and take a nap. Huh? Game shots at game speed. You just said something that is a ripple wave through basketball communities across the world. Game shots at game speed. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, because I feel like in shoot around, everybody just playing around, shooting, playing games, stuff like that. I need that part to physically feel like I know how I'm finna shoot this game. So yeah, I would say that, and then we go take a nap. I don't really play music. If I do, it's gospel. Then we get on the bus, and yeah, I try to treat it like practice. So that's the way I practice is the way I try to play. So I just lose all like pressure and overthinking and doing too much if I just treat it like I treat practice. I show up, I control my energy, I talk, I do all those things, and then if it works out in my favor, it do. Hopefully it does, but that's just how I approach it.
You said it, man. And being a former pro, like I'm trying to get my college athletes to understand the value of time and the importance of each shot and the continuous mechanics and things like that, how important each individual moment and shot and intensity is. And, we spend a lot of time in empty calories in the gym. And I'm not just saying my team, this generation in general. So your time, what you're saying in the gym, your time is valuable and you maximize it, what it sounds like.
Yep. Once you clock in, you clock in. You clock out, you clock out. Because it's more to life than just basketball. I will say that.
Yep.
But for the most part, if you're going to clock in, clock in.
Exactly.
Words from two professional basketball players on the Coach Mo show.
Conversation, because not a lot of people can connect like in this mental space of it, because the good amateurs don't connect with the pros. Is that thin of a line that a good amateur and a pro is that different?
No doubt. So I want to be a tad bit messy, but not too messy, but just messy enough. On one of our latest episodes, we talked about a conversation between, not a conversation, but a little story between Kim Mulkey and Dawn Staley, which, again, your college coaches, where Kim Mulkey had a comment about Dawn Staley's South Carolina team saying, if I had 10 McDonald's All-Americans, and I don't know the exact quote, but you probably know exactly what it is. Whose side are you on in that situation? You on Mulkey's side or Dawn Staley's side? Because Dawn Staley got the players.
What's the side? What's the choosing the side about? Is it saying, do she have 10 McDonald's All-Americans, or is it, what am I choosing? What's the side?
Do you agree that, and Coach, you can help me out with this a little bit. Do you agree that when Kim Mulkey was like, if I had 10 McDonald's All-Americans, I wouldn't, and again, I wish I had the quote more. I kind of wish I had the quote a little bit more or written down or whatever.
I think it was more of a tone kind of thing for me. It wasn't necessarily what she said, but she was like, yeah, when you got 10 All-Americans, you can do this, that, and the third. And my response is, I'm going to tell you mine, so this may be clarify the question.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
My response was more so like, Kim, you had Tia Cooper in them. Like, you had, ain't like you short change, ain't like you short on facilities, ain't like you short on money. So LSU football is bigger than South Carolina football. So you're going to get the NIL money to get who you need. So you saying that you got 10 All-Americans, what are you trying to say? That you were undermatched, underserved, I don't know. What's your point of saying that? I guess that's more the question.
My thing was, I just thought she was just being salty and kind of being a hater a little bit, like, hey, it is what it is type. You know what I mean? So, but I didn't know if you was kind of like paying attention to that, like listening to your old coaches, like, oh, come on, kind of like two parents going at it. It's like, come on, y'all got to chill out a little bit.
Well, I think that in order to have opinions on a conversation or a comment or a situation, you kind of got to know people. Yeah. So knowing Kim, I feel like her saying that is, you gotta guard all 12 of they players. Like you can't only have 3 or 4, or you can't only have 2 or 3 players. Like she's saying, you got 10, 12 All-Americans. Like your whole team stacked. Like that's it. We gave our best effort. I gotta hear the whole thing. But to know her is to know that she probably saying like, you got them 1 through 10 All-Americans. Like I don't think she's trying to be shady or say like Dawn had. Like, hey, I don't think it had anything to do with Dawn. I think it was her really saying, like, nah, you tough. Like, you got 10 All-Americans. Like, we had to guard, and we couldn't, or some shit like that. Because they did lose, but I just don't see her throwing shade at Dawn. Because she genuinely doesn't have a problem with her.
Okay.
I believe that. But no,
yeah.
You just did exactly what we need you to do. You clarified everything. You filled the holes for that conversation, because I get that, like, yo, they got 10 All-Americans, man. You got to guard everybody, everywhere. That's tough.
That's what I'm saying. But to not know Kim is like, what's she trying to say? But to know her is like, no, that's how she say it. That's how she talk. That's just, I think everything she say is but like to know her, it'd be like.
Yeah, I get that as a coach.
Yeah, and again, we had to have somebody who knew both individuals to, to clarify that a little bit. You know what I mean? To put some, some water on the fire a little bit. So we definitely appreciate that. Coach, any other basketball-ish type questions? Because we can have messy conversations all day, but I know we want to definitely keep it with basketball or whatnot. No sense. Y'all real good pro conversation. Keep it cooking.
No, loving it. Like this is my safe zone, my safe space. But also, so you transferred a couple times. What are your thoughts on the transfer portal now? It's different than when you were in school, kinda, but I think you came in the back end of transfer portal.
Man, my last transfer, they came up with the rule that you don't got to sit out the transfer. After I sat out damn near 3 years.
Oh, wow, that's in the way.
Ridiculous.
So you also missed the NIL situation too.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you had to think about that. You was at Baylor with. I don't know. You had to think about that.
Man, I would.
You talking about the official NILs? Or you talking about the handshake NILs? Which one are you talking about?
Yeah, not the briefcase under the table NIL.
Man, I missed it. Pissed.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, you and me both, man. Because I love my school, but I would have transferred up to get a nice bag for at least a year. I averaged like 15 and 17.
I would have ate at all three of them schools.
You would have ate good too. That's why.
So what's
football money?
What's an NIL opportunity you wish you could have taken advantage of, or that you would have taken advantage of if you was in school?
Man, it's not one I wouldn't have. I would have had all of them. Every single last one of them, down to goddamn every food on the strip. I would have had every place, everything. I would have been on everything.
Like that.
Hell yeah.
So hey, I was gonna ask you something, but definitely as far as playing career, as far as what do you want out of your playing career from here forward? Hold on, let me back up before I ask that question.
Hold on, think question. I think you asked me about what's it called?
Transfer portal.
Yeah. I had a question before this next question, but here's the question here. As far as transfer portal, as far as NILs, as far as things like that, what advice would you give to a transfer? Because, like I said, you went to 3 big programs. You went to 2, and I don't want to downgrade your other coach, but those other 2 coaches are solidified Legend Hall of Famers. But you went to 2 big programs, 3 big coaches. What did you take from that, or what can you give to not my young ladies? I hope none of them transfer, but what can you give to the young ladies playing now about transferring? Why you should, why you shouldn't? You know.
I think first of all, as a freshman, you almost have to go through that first year completely before you decide to transfer, just to you know what I'm saying, get a gist of who you are as a player before you expect anything from any program. I think you got to solidify yourself that freshman year, like of how you receive things, how you like to be coached, how you the player you are, all that stuff. You got to take that into consideration because your next school has to be your best school.
Yeah.
And I would say it depends on what kind of player you are. If you are a great role player, then you should pick a coach that like awards those type of players. Like if you pick a Kim Mulkey or a Dawn Staley, like to me, if I was going to play for Dawn Staley and I'm a big, I'm going. Period. I'm going. The way she coaches post players and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, that's phenomenal. Now, if I was going to Kim Mulkey is like a guard driven. I feel like she's very enthusiastic when it comes to guards.
Okay.
And guards do well there. But there's also always like 1 or 2 post players. So you're gonna play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be in the spotlight. But with Dawn, I feel like when it comes to guards that, you know, got a big bag or very shifty or you know what I'm saying, it's they have the quality of being the main player. I feel like she's more of a post player type. She want to get the ball inside, play inside, outside. Like she has a system. And if you are good in a system like that, go there. But if you like a player where you like a Juju or the guards from Notre Dame, like stuff like that. You gotta go to coaches that feed off of that type of play. Because if you don't, you go to
that freedom.
Yeah, if you don't have that freedom, it changes who you are as a player. And it's hard. It's hard to change who you are as a player and fit in the system. You end up dimming your light when you could have went somewhere that really supported and fed into the light that you already had. instead of trying to find a new one. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know exactly what you're saying.
Adapt. Like, you don't always gotta adapt. Like, just go somewhere you're gonna be appreciated. It's that simple.
Yep, man. You just dropped a lot of gems. I hope my followers, my young players catch that, because they just transferring with no purpose. And what you just
like, don't transfer because you think you about to get an NIL bag, because you're not gonna get paid if you're not doing nothing.
Nope.
You might get the little team check they getting for the NILs, but you're not gonna personally, you know what I'm saying, your bag not gonna be there if you're not gonna excel and be one of the top players on the team. And you might have to go down. You might have to go down to a different type of like not a Power 5 like the big ones, the top 25 teams. You might have to go down and just build it up and beat the ranked teams. Like Haley went to TCU. She killing over there.
Yeah, she is murdering the game.
At LSU and Louisville. Yeah. She playing her best basketball at TCU. So I mean,
because she was at LSU. She went to Louisville first, then LSU.
Yep.
So she done got the big bags already. She had TCU. Texas got them bags, so don't get it twisted.
No, for sure they do. But I'm saying, like,
I know exactly what you're saying.
She went and like now she getting that fire back.
Hey, that's beautiful. You got it. That confidence is everything. That confidence is everything.
And every situation don't work for everybody. And also, I wouldn't tell somebody that after their second year, you still, you know what I'm saying, on the bench, or you still coming off, they still don't have a plan for you. Yeah. And it's hard to have a plan for 12 people as a coach, but you know who they got a plan for, and you know who they don't. You'd be a fool to sit there for 4 years and those the only 4 years you got to excel past being in college.
Yeah. No, I mean, it ain't no really than that. At the end of the day, you want to play, right? So go somewhere where you're not going to play, or you're going to be. I recruit a lot, obviously. So I have a lot of different conversations about what people want and where they fit. You know, and you're saying a lot of the things that they don't consider in that process. They don't consider, you know, what kind of system they run in, how many shots I'm gonna get up, how many, you know, they just going, this is the biggest school, is D1, I'm going. You know, like it's so much more deep than that. It's so much more deep. Man, I appreciate this conversation, because I don't get to have these a lot with people that have been there with that mind state and IQ, for sure. I'm gonna roll into my next question too, if you don't mind, fam.
No. Cook, bro.
Okay, I know you got something in the clip over there. I'm gonna let you.
I mean, yeah, always. But know what I'm saying, I ain't got to pull it out until I need to, bro. Go ahead, Cook.
See, you talking, man. So this has been an ongoing debate, and I want to ask you this for this reason, because you've taken full advantage of it, and you're flourishing in it, and you seem to have something figured out that the rest of the WNBA doesn't. And I'm talking about your off the court bag, notoriety, sponsorships, things like that. You seem to have a lot of motion, as the young folks say. You know, you got a lot of motion right now outside of the game. So, but more times than not, I hear the WNBA complain about motion and why they don't have motion.
You just basically took my next thing that I wanted to do. That's crazy.
Oh, my fault.
No, Cook. That's what I said, Cook, bro.
What's the secret sauce to the motion?
The secret sauce would be, I feel like a lot of people are doing things that is not authentic to them. And I think a lot with the WNBA has changed from, because when I was doing it, when I was in the league, and, you know what I'm saying, I was on TikTok and I was doing all the things off the court, and I had all the deals, and I was doing all the, it wasn't awarded. It was really looked down upon, because it was like, she's not taking basketball serious.
She focused,
there we go.
And it's like, now I feel like people are trying to do everything, but it's not for them. Like, everybody is not a model. Everybody is not runway. Everybody is not into fashion. That's not your thing. But if you use basketball as something for you to, you know what I'm saying, showcase your thing. Like, if you like Legos and you want to deal with Legos, and you build a Lego on game day and you bring it, that's your thing. You don't gotta come dressed down to a runway fashion, and you don't give that. You don't have to do that. You literally can do your thing. And if your thing is I don't know, starting conversations or whatever. You start a podcast, you know, you interviewing your teammates. That's your shit. You don't have to
Giving y'all the
do
sauce
what
live.
somebody else is doing. Just because it worked for them, it doesn't mean that it's gonna work for you just because you're copying that. Like, just come up with your own thing. I would say that's just the secret sauce. Coming up with your own thing and being unapologetically you, or, you know, that people use that word so freely. You can't just do anything. Like,
because they be doing anything, they be trying anything. You see
doing
it.
anything, but it's a way to do it. You can't just do anything. It just doesn't work like that.
Correct.
Right.
That's you. Thank you. You answered that question more than perfect.
But coach, my thing is like I said, I was watching her in 2020 when she was in the bubble, and then her next year with the Sparks. She's on the gram. She's bringing awareness and attention to the WNBA. But yet, I remember an interview that you did maybe like a couple of years ago, and you basically tapped in on it as well. It was kind of like frowned upon a little bit, where, you know, you, like you said, they don't think you're taking the game seriously or anything like that. Are you doing anything to kind of sway that a little bit? Like, or do you think that that's like a big factor of why you're not in the league? Because I want to see you in the league. I mean, no offense, I can try to watch you overseas, but I want to turn to ABC and all of that stuff and, you know, watch you hoop. You know what I'm saying? In the summertime, because I don't watch baseball and I don't watch soccer. I love basketball, so I can watch anybody play basketball. So let me rephrase the question. What do you think your path to the W will entail to get you back in the States doing more of what you love home?
If you want to.
Oh, if you want to, yeah. If you want to, correct.
Well, no, I for sure want to go get back in the W. I think me being overseas was one of the steps that I knew that I needed to take in order to do so. I'm not just over here just to, you know, have fun and be in France. I'm over here to get the opportunity to be in the W. I do think that I did need film. You know what I'm saying? I sat out for a very long time. I do need film, you know, let them see that I'm still capable of, you know, playing at the same speed, contributing to a team, whatever the case may be. And yeah, in doing so, I think that, you know, once they see the film, once they see me still, you know, being who I am, then I should, you know, get an opportunity. But I forget the second part of your question.
Well, no, that's pretty much really the best part, because they got that new team up in Toronto. So we need to get some sort of like
Man, it's like
billboard and
6 or
petition.
8 new teams.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So we need to get her on Golden State and Toronto. Shit, I even heard they trying to get the Tennessee Summit squad. You know what I mean?
Valkyries is what they call them.
Yeah, the Golden State Valkyries. Yeah, which is crazy.
You get on there, I'm copping a jersey. So
big
facts. Valkyries.
Whatever, I don't care. I'm copping the jersey. Now that we done did this, we connected now. I know what kind of player you are as far as inside, like the mentality, the process. Mm-hmm. Like I'm a fan. You know, I just seen you from a distance. Obviously, we don't know each other, but just watching you on IG and, you know, just seeing your journey and your path, and now talking to you, this is that mentality is connected now. So I'm a fan.
I appreciate that.
It's what they say. You know what I'm saying? Hoopers know. You know what I'm saying? The real ones know. So we only got like a minute and some change left. So go ahead and plug anything that you got going on. Anything that you got going on that we can bring the listeners awareness to what you got working on.
I would. You know what? I told myself I wasn't going to speak on anything until it happens. So I'm actually just gonna plug my Instagram. My Instagram is TEA.
Oh, I thought we was about to get an exclusive.
Cooper2. And yeah, my Snapchat, my Instagram, my Twitter, all of that is the same. I am about to be on YouTube. So that's something I could give out.
I saw you doing a little something on YouTube. Was that your page? You interviewing other people or something like that?
No.
No, all right, Coach. Somebody's snatching your name because
they do that a lot.
Hey, Coach, I don't want to do too much because this thing's going to cut off in a minute, and I hate for it to happen. So, Tia, we thank you for taking your time out of your busy day. I know it's later than it is out here on the East Coast in America, and we hope to do this again, or just, you know, keep building with you and following your career.
Thank you.
I know that.
Appreciate your time and energy. Major salute to you. Good luck. If anything we can do to help, love.
Appreciate that.
You're listening to the SS Experience on SMG.